Good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. You have me, the Rhino. We are right here, kind of on an angle, because my camera is kind of on an angle, and I'm just not going to fix it. So you have to look at me on an angle. You know what? I have to fix it. There we go. Now I don't look as off-kilter as usual. Anyway, we have a special beer tonight. We certainly do. We have a beer that was sent to me by Greg, Dullahan Brewing. Thank you so very much, Greg. This is right from my motherland. This is right from Ireland. Right from Ireland! This came from Ireland. And he sent it to me with another beer he wanted me to try, but he sent this to me because he thought it was funny. Anyway, this is Whitewater Brewing's Sanity Claus. You know, because I used to look like Santa Claus. I used to. I still could if I really wanted to, but I used to look like Santa. I was going to do this in my Santa suit, but it's so far away. 4.5% alcohol by volume, craft brewed. What does it say over here? Raise a toast with this festive beer. Christmas isn't just for kids. Surely Santa and his helpers deserve a little tipple too. Whitewater Brewing, nestled in the heart of Ireland's famous mountains of Mourne, and handcrafts beers without compromise using the finest ingredients. Whitewater Brewery nestles in the heart of Ireland's Mourne and okay. I was gonna say you Irish really don't know your grammar very well, but it's us Canadian Irish people are blind. I shouldn't have used this opener, though. I should have actually went out to get a real opener. I'm still lazy. It's locking in, it's just not ripping up. It's locking in, it's just not... There we go, not ripping up. I have to go get an opener for the next bottle because I need to save the cap. Because, I mean, that destroyed my beautiful fancy yellow cap. You couldn't even send me a beer that had a cap to put on the fridge. What the fuck? Anyway, let's pour it in. Let's get all the little water droplets out of here. Well, talking about a nice visual appeal, look at that head. Oh, that's such a nice head. Oh, yeah. Thick. But small bubbles, but just a thick, dense head. It looks beautiful. It's a nice color. The beer itself is a nice color. A nice brownish amber. Looks beautiful. Looks beautiful. Smell? No, this is a Sanity Claus, so I'm guessing a Christmas beer. This is February. Might be a little old, 4.5% alcohol. It did travel from Ireland to here. Something may have taken a toll on it because it doesn't smell quite on, but it doesn't smell off either. Since I've never had it, I'm not sure what it's supposed to smell like. But you get a lot of a roasty caramel scent. A severe roasty caramel scent. There is a little bit of a little bit of nutmeg sort of in there. Roasty caramel, nutmeg, and something else that just seems slightly off, just slightly sweeter than it should be. Almost a type of candy, but sour at the same time. I don't know what it is, though. I know it and don't know it at the same time. Actually, it's kind of like the Dark Werther's Originals. You know, the dark ones, not the regular ones? Oh, well, let's try it. Cheers. Thank you, Greg. It's actually almost like a watered-down whiskey. .5% alcohol by volume. Lots of caramel, some toffee, I shouldn't say some toffee, lots of toffee. There is lots of toffee. The toffee and the caramel are combating for the forefront of my mouth. Very light bodied, but 4.5% alcohol by volume. It should be pretty light bodied. It should roll down your throat fairly easily. This does. Very roasty at the same time, though. So you get this caramel and toffee sweetness, and then you get this roasty malt taste, and that roastiness follows through to the finish, so you're getting a little bit of a bitterness off the roast. I'm actually quite impressed with this. It smelt kind of off. Still tastes like it's probably close to turning. It's probably close to the end of its lifespan. It doesn't have much hop presence at all. Your hop presence is mostly a resiny bitterness that's mixing with that roastiness. But that's perfectly fine because the way the rest of it comes through is pretty nicely. You get a little bit of drying too, which could be a cinnamon or a nutmeg or something like that in there. Just one of those spices that likes to dry out your mouth. It's not overly spectacular. The other beer he sent me was a, oh my god, I would buy this as often as I could find it. This one is, I could drink it. Like if I was in Ireland and Whitewater Brewing Sanity Claus was on tap, I could drink it all night until somebody had to carry me home to my hotel. But if I was just walking through a store and I had $10 in my pocket and I wanted to buy beers and I saw this, I'd probably pass it over. I mean, I'd buy it if it was in the point where I needed to buy it, if it was something that I needed to buy or somebody else would be paying for me, I'd drink it, but for myself to pick it out, probably wouldn't happen. Is it a low quality beer? No, it's just not my style. I don't know if this is reminiscent of what this brewery does, if they like to throw in super roasty beers with a super almost resiny finish, if they like to use a lot of caramel and toffee, but it isn't my thing. It isn't balanced well enough. It has a weird off flavor in the very center that I can't pinpoint. How that all being said, though, I still enjoy the beer. I still like the beer. I'd still drink the beer. It's just not my beer. It's not a beer for me. I have to give it a straight out 6 out of 10. It's not my thing. I'm glad I got to try it because I like to try everything. It's something that I could drink and I could see myself drinking. It's just not something I would want to drink normally. So thank you very much, Greg, for sending this. Thank you, Whitewater Brewing, for brewing it. I'm sure there's lots of people that love it. Unfortunately, the 300-pound albino just isn't one of them. Good beer, great work. I hope to see more of your stuff someday. Just not this. Bye, guys.